Oh my goodness, it's been a long time coming, y'all. New content slash huge update for the car. Still got the truck. It's actually gonna be an update on the whole channel, really. So it's gonna sit back, it's gonna be a minute. But this is more so for the Impala. Also update y'all on the 3rd gen, the Cummins, and then just, you know, life in general. But we back, baby, we back. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. I hope you're having another good day. So, you guys, I'm back. It's been a minute. If I sound a little sick, that's just because I had a cold. No, it wasn't the Rona. I know nowadays, 2021, you can't even say you had a cold without people thinking you had Corona. But I was sick, just had a typical cold, so I was down for a little bit. I'm back though, on some really good news. We got the Impala running. She was running minty, clean, and good. She's been running officially good as of 2 days ago, I want to say. It's been about 2 days now. I'm going to go over everything I did for it. I'm going to tell you where I messed up at. I'm going to tell you where you can take note and learn for yourselves down the road, all that stuff. Then we're going to talk about the 3rd gen and the channel and what's going on here in the near future, alright? So thank you guys so much for checking out the channel. If you like the video, smash thumbs up. Hit the like button like always. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. All comments are accepted and welcome, even if they're dumb, whatever. I don't care. So thank you guys again, alright? So I'm gonna be real, I don't remember the last update, you guys, that I made on the car. If I'm correct, I want to say the last update might have been when I installed either the door speakers or when I was troubleshooting the engine. But either way though, we got her running good. I will start her up for y'all, let y'all hear it. So check it out, you guys. I seriously don't even remember where I left off at. So what I do know is that we had to change my opti, okay? Or I had to change my opti. 1 second, let me hit this. You guys, if y'all don't have one of these bad boys, y'all need to get one. Amazon's like 35 bucks. Get all that air, all that water. I blew the hood off earlier because I didn't want the hood, I didn't want the water dripping all over the inside here. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. So, like I was saying, car's running good now. Let's see, where do I start? Brand new water pump, brand new opti back there, which I doubt y'all are gonna be able to see. Brand new opti, brand new AC Delco plugs, brand new ICM ignition control module and coil pack. New coil pack, both AC Delco. Like I said earlier, brand new wires. You can see the passenger or the driver's side wires down there. Get some focus. But you guys see them down there though. It's new, brand new spark plugs. I went with some Rock Auto AC Delco rapid fires. It was just the one that they recommended. I even got my little hood light working. Came to find out that was a fuse in here. So I don't know if you guys knew this, because I didn't, but I want to say that 25 slot right there, one of those ones, either that one or that one there. It was this one here. That one right there, I put it was popped. I didn't know it was until I checked it, and it was popped, and I put a new fuse in, and this guy came on. So that was just a random thing I learned on this car. So where do I start at? So we talked about everything. I told y'all everything I changed. If you're looking, this filter setup looks new. It's not new. This intake system was here when I bought the car, but clamps were dry, the boot was dry rotted, filter was pretty much shot. So what ended up happening, K&N has a 10-year, I think it's a 10-year or lifetime warranty on their kits. Luckily, I called them because I saw the date of purchase for this kit was back in 2010, 11. Called them and was like, hey, such and such is bad. They sent me a brand new coupler. That was 60 bucks. And then I finagled with them, but I basically got them to send me a free filter, telling them that the last one went bad because it's supposed to have a lifetime warranty on it. And I sent them pictures, emailed. They got back with me and sent me brand new. So I pretty much have a brand new air intake setup all over again. Let's see. So we got that. Okay, now where were we? So in terms of the engine running bad, we had changed PCV lines, rubber hoses back there. I got a brand new Opti harness right there. Y'all can see that black one. That right there is the Opti harness behind that plastic. You know, we changed a lot of hoses and stuff on the top end because they were all dry rotted, cracked. One of them was the PCV one going into the valve cover wasn't even plugged up. So with all that getting done, the car runs like a dream. It doesn't do that hiccuping no more when it warms up, because the issue originally I was having was when the car was cold, it ran fine. The minute it warmed up, it freaking was jumping. It was pretty much running like it needed a tune-up. Did the ICM coil pack first, did nothing. Then I did what the PCV lines and all that stuff, still didn't do nothing. So I was like, all right, well, it looks like I'm doing plugs, wires, and distributor. Actually, the distributor I took off was the original one, because I reached out to somebody and they confirmed it with me. It was the original one from this car from 1995. I still have it in a box somewhere in the garage. I'm not even going to attempt to look for it. I still have it because there's a cat in Ohio who specializes in these Opti distributors, and if you have an original Opti with the Mitsubishi optical sensor, that is probably one of the best units you can have, because that sensor is no longer made by Mitsubishi, which is why the Optis have these horrible reputations, because that optical sensor goes bad and they put the Chinese junk in there. So eventually, whenever the one I put on goes out, I'm gonna send the original one, I'm gonna send it to this guy in Ohio. He's gonna rebuild it. It's like 350 bucks for him to rebuild it though. That's why I'm waiting. Send it to him, let him rebuild it, put it on whenever that happens, okay? The one I do have on here is from 1A Auto. It was like 90 bucks after tax and shipping. I just didn't have $300 to drop on MSD or AC Delco. I didn't have the type of money. It had good reviews. It had 4 stars, 4 out of 5 stars, and all the reviews were actually legit. It wasn't like the Amazon ones, because that's something else I'll show you guys. So learn from me, okay? Don't buy a distributor off Amazon. This is a $50 Opti. That's the brand. Most Plus. I bought this on Amazon, 55 bucks. The reviews were scattered everywhere. There were some good reviews, and then there were some bad ones. Where I went wrong with this was that there was more bad than good. But me being naive, I was like, maybe they just don't know what they're talking about. No, they did. They did. I went through everything. I had the whole front end of it taken apart, swapped everything over just to put this on and put everything back together to find out it wouldn't start. Which leads me to my next point, which I also learned. Whenever you're changing your Opti, don't put the water pump on yet with the new gaskets and RTV and all that. You can start the car without the water pump installed. Start the car once you put the water pump, or once you put the Opti on. Just throw on the harmonic balancer, put the belt on, make sure the plugs are plugged up, and start the car. Make sure the car will run before you go putting the water pump back on, all this stuff back on, because you're going to be real pissed if you get to this point here and it doesn't start, which is exactly what happened to me. Now that was back in early April, and then I left for work for about a month and a half, came back middle of May, and the car was still not running. I didn't have time when I got back initially to work on it, so the car legitimately sat until 2.5 weeks ago. Sat until about 2.5 weeks ago. That's when I finally took off this Opti, because again, I put this on first and it wouldn't start, and I left for work, so I hadn't touched the car. That's when I put that Opti on about 2.5 weeks ago. Fired up. Now it's running, but it was running so bad, man. You guys don't understand how mad I was. It was legitimately running like it was running super rich, super rich. The car had sat so long, when I cranked it up, freaking rust came out the left tailpipe, like legitimately coughed up rust out of there. Yeah, it was bad. It was running bad. You can smell the fuel, and the one exhaust pipe was putting harder in terms of back pressure than the other one. So I knew something had gone wrong. So long story short for that, what ended up happening, somewhere on this side, when I was putting the plugs in, I must have mixed the plugs up when I was plugging them into the Opti. Somewhere over here. I don't know which one. Oh my God, there's so much shit I have to talk about. I changed the spark plugs twice on this car. Because what happened was, when I put the Opti on, it was running like dog crap. I'm like, oh my goodness, what now? So me being me, I start troubleshooting. I legitimately went and bought a stethoscope to listen to the passenger side fuel injectors to make sure they were ticking and clicking. You know what I'm saying? I have extra spark plug wires here because once again, learn from my mistakes, y'all. Back in March, early April, I was rushing to get the car to run because I knew I was leaving and I didn't want to leave with the car not running. I had ordered some AC Delco, those guys right there. I ordered those AC Delco spark plugs online and they had not shown up yet because USPS lost the package. So what did I do? I went to the parts store and bought some O'Reilly spark plug wires. I can't even confirm if they work or not, but I bought these. I had put these on with that distributor the first time. Didn't work. So then when I got back from, I was in San Diego. When I got back from San Diego, I went ahead, and this was like a couple days ago, legitimately a couple days ago, after I had put the second Opti on, a couple days ago, I was still troubleshooting it, running rough. I was like, you know what? I went on the forums, went on Facebook pages. Everybody said, check your work, check your work. So sure shit, after wasting, you know, time, effort, checking all EGR, injection pressure regulator, all this other stuff, which is good stuff to check, I finally was like, you know what, Cam, let's do it. Jacked her up, took the wheels off, re-ran all the spark plug wires for this side, plugged them up, but I ran them with the new AC Delco ones. This is the part number if y'all care. I think that's the part number. Yeah, it should be. Re-ran new AC Delco spark plug wires, only to the passenger side, while I still had the O'Reilly ones on the driver's side. Fired her up, and she purred like a kitty, bro. I'm telling you, man, like, she was idling so damn smooth. It went back to how it was before I had an issue in the first place. Like, this car is back on its A game. You know, I drove it up and down the street because the fuel in the tank, that fuel has been in there probably, I want to say, since February, January. Like, I filled this tank up, I filled this car with fuel, because I don't drive it a lot, but I'm about to. I filled it up back in like February, started doing all the work on it in March, and then I left April, May, you know what I'm saying? So this is the same tank of fuel. So I drove her around, let her run. This car's been sitting so long, my plate expired. So I got to get the dang registration expired or renewed. So yeah, so that happened with the Opti and the plugs, spark plugs. So when I first put the Opti on and I had the first set of wires on and it was running like dog shit, I was like, well, man, maybe these spark plugs I put on are bad, or, you know, maybe I messed them up putting them in, which I doubt it, but you never know. So I went and bought new spark plugs again. So I have two sets of AC Delco spark plugs here. These are the second sets I put on. These are the part number. This is the part number right here. That rapid fires, single platinums. Everybody says these are the ones good. Also, when I went on Rock Auto, these were the ones that were recommended for my year, make, and model for the LT1. I numbered them, so let me show y'all real quick, because I knew something was going on the passenger side, because it was running super rich, and you can smell it, man. I mean, it smelled like an old lawnmower, you know what I'm saying? So that's number one. I have no idea what number that is. Number two. Okay, show you what this spark plug looks like. Well, this one don't look too bad. Maybe number 8. One of these spark plugs I took off looked horrible. It was, no, this one's not that bad. It was either the 4 or 6 on the passenger side. So if you weren't sure, the spark plug order is 2468 1357 from front to back. You know what I'm saying? Number 4 and number 6 were so flooded with fuel, and so you can tell it was getting over flooded, and that was a sign to me when I was swapping the plugs out that something wasn't right with the timing on this side. So I just said, you know what, let's put these AC Delcos on. 1, because they're AC Delco. 2, it needs them, and 3, it ain't like it's gonna fix itself, you know what I'm saying? So we did that. I did that 2 days ago. Cranked her up again, fired like a champ, man. It runs so good now. So now I'll give you guys a cold start, and if you hear, when I crank her up, if you hear like a squeaking or like a weird rattling sound, it's just my belt. I got to change this belt, because that belt, it's camera decided to cut out. So like I said, if you hear it squeaking, it's just the belt. I got to change it, so we'll give her a Crank her up. Oh yeah. First start of the day. Idle's nice and good. Super clean. I'm telling you guys, before it was putting, especially this one, this passenger side, man, it was putting. You could feel the misfire in it, which made no sense. So, moral of the story, don't buy Amazon distributors and Optis. Take your time when you're redoing, when you're running plugs for the driver, or take your time in general. All right, it's really easy, especially over here, because there's not a whole lot of space. You can't see where the wires come from when you're plugging them up here. All you have is a bunch of wires. So what I would do if I was you is, if I was y'all, is I did number 8. I ran number 8 and number 6, plugged them in to the Opti. Then I came back and ran number 4 and number 2, plugged them in. But I plugged one in at a time. So I ran number 6 and 8, but then when I got to up here by the front, I pushed the number 8 plug through, plugged it into the number 8 spot, and then I brought 6 in and plugged 6. That way you cannot mess up where the plugs are. You know what I'm saying? Some people like to get tape. They'll use a paint marker or a wax pen and like they'll write the number on there. Problem is I tried that the first time and the numbers got wiped away from my fingers. But yeah, man, she's idling good right now. Super quiet. I mean, this thing, man, you know, I love this, man. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Super clean, clean air filter. So yeah. So what's next now for the engine? Well, currently, I don't even know if it'll let me open it right now. It wasn't running for that long. I have some, yeah, there we go. Yeah. I have some coolant, some radiator flush in the system right now. I'm gonna drive it tomorrow when I go do some stuff with it. I'm gonna drive it tomorrow and then I'm gonna flush it, keep flushing it until it comes out clean, get all that junk out of there and fill her up with some Dex Cool. Gotta do that. What else? So when I did the Opti job, and I didn't film none of it, you guys, I apologize. I was super pressed for time because of my short time I had to leave. On top of, I just wasn't having it, / it was my first time working on a car like this. You guys know, well, most of y'all know, I work on stuff like that. This right here was a whole new ballpark for me. I hadn't messed with a small block Chevy in 6-7 years easily, so I was all out of whack. So I ended up changing, you can actually see it. I already told y'all about the water pump, but I also did the timing cover, and I did all the seals too. So I did the camshaft seal, the water pump seal, and the crank seal on the timing cover. Brand new gasket on the back side. You can see that little blue back there. That's a brand new Felpro gasket for the timing cover. So all new gaskets on the front, new water pump. It's just a O'Reilly brand water pump. The old one was good, but when the bearings were starting to, like, you could see the bearings were failing. My next thing that I'm going to be doing is putting it on the lift and changing the oil pan gasket. Apparently it's common for these cars for the oil pan gasket to go bad, especially around the oil filter housing. So if you have a lot of oil around that area, which I do, definitely is something to look into. So oil pan gasket is going to be on the next thing to do list. I am not doing that on the ground or even when it's jacked up. That's something that when I get it to a shop to lift it up, I can put it on a lift. That way I can get in there and swap it out real quick. Oh yeah, you guys probably all want to know about the damn wheels. The car's been sitting so long, I forgot I had these suckers, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we have these guys here. Tomorrow's plan is to make a video putting these on. The only thing that's keeping me from putting them on right now is the back wheels have locks on them. I don't even know if I can take the center cap off. But there's locks on the back wheels. I can't pull it off right now, but actually, one second. Use my key. There we go. That guy right there. Yep. So I got locks on the back wheels, so I can't take off the back wheels. But I got somebody that has keys that can hook it up and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna take it to him tomorrow, have him pop that off for me real quick. Once I get this one and the other one popped off, we'll be able to slap the wheels on. I'll have a video on that tomorrow coming out for y'all, definitely. Not to mention, y'all see all the water here, right? Like, it's been on and off raining here like nobody's business. So we got that. Third gen truck stuff. I don't know if anybody watching this video is a Ram dude or a diesel guy, but we do have third gen content coming up. I have something that is really cool in the works with RevMax. All my diesel guys, if you don't know who RevMax is, you probably should look them up, check them out. It's worth it. I got something real cool lined up with them. I think you guys are really gonna like. Been talking with the boys over there, so we got something going on. Can't put too much out on that. Other things, updates, we're gonna be moving pretty much. So if you didn't know, most of y'all do know, I'm in the Marine Corps. It's that time of the cycle. We're gonna be packing up and moving out. I probably won't say where we're going yet until I'm actually there, just for my privacy basically. But we're gonna be moving out of North Carolina here. Don't worry, we're still staying in the country, but we're gonna be moving out of North Carolina here in the next month and a half ish. So videos are going to kind of slow down just until I get the family settled and situated and stuff, but I fully intend to pick them right back up when we get to the new location, which I'm looking very forward to. Content never stops here, baby. Y'all know how we do it. That's all what's been going on, man, with the car. I got the car running good about 2 days ago. Last week, last week and a half, I was down, sick, super tired, and just, I was beat down, man. So I had to recover and rest and all that good stuff. So we got that going on. For the car, also I have brand new oil that I bought. Y'all don't understand, man. I got so much stuff for this car that I have not even put on yet. So we got brand new oil, brand new fuel filter, AC Delco. I'm making a big push to run a lot of AC Delco on the car. GM, just keeping it clean. That right there is a brand new EGR valve. I thought the EGR valve was messed up when I first started having issues with the car, so I was ready to change the EGR all day, every day. This is the oil we're gonna be running next oil change. So real quick, let y'all see that AMSOIL XL motor oil. I will have information down below in the descriptions if you want to get some of that through my dealer. If you hit up Adrian, my AMSOIL dealer, and mention me, Everything Diesel, you'll get 10% off on your AMSOIL order. Damn, I forgot what I was about to say now. Yeah, wheels, man. Wheels. We finally getting these bad boys on. Also, I don't even know if I made a video on the suspension and stuff. Like, I did I? I don't think I did. So that's another thing too, y'all. The suspension on here, the whole front suspension is all redone. Tie rods, ball joints, upper control arms, sway bar links, sway bar bushings, and alignment. All of that got done. I did all of this before I left back in April when I went to San Diego. So this car is really like, it's running and driving, feeling better than when it was when I bought the car. The steering is tight. I do have a weird vibration when I drive down the road, cruising, just driving normal. It's like it comes and goes. I think it's the drive shaft U-joint. It's either the drive shaft U-joint or it's the transmission mount, motor mount, or transmission mount. It's a weird, like, it'll stutter, go away, then stutter. I don't know what it is yet. I gotta get the car on the lift so I can get under there and look at everything. But yeah, this is what's been going on, y'all. Update. So for the third gen, I'm gonna be hitting the road here next week, road tripping. Gonna have some cool content for that. Need to do an oil change. I don't need to. It's at like 8,000 miles. I can push it because I run AMSOIL, but oil change coming up soon. I think last video I did was the transfer case oil, which was a good job, good mod. It's dirty. Every time I want to wash it, freaking rains or something is coming up, you know what I'm saying? So we got stuff going on, y'all. We got stuff going on. So definitely, man. Just had to get y'all caught up. I'm trying to make sure I ain't missed nothing else. The biggest thing right now is to just